this idea of earthing or grounding. It's become very, very popular. You'll see videos on the subject all over YouTube, and a lot of people who are using it as a reason to advocate spending more time without any shoes, more time going barefoot. And so I'm going to add my own opinion to it, and I'm afraid mine's somewhat different from most of the ones that you can find from a quick search. Let's start by talking about what this earthing or grounding.
Well, simply put, the idea of grounding or earthing is that you get this electrical charge building up inside your body, and if you're in direct contact with the ground, the charge can be released into the earth. So if you're not wearing anything on your feet, there's nothing insulating you from the ground, and so you can equalise this charge.
It's one of those ideas that you can allow yourself to go along with if you don't think about it too much. And there's no risk involved in believing it, but I'm the kind of person who likes to know if a hypothesis is robust. I can't take earthing any more seriously than astrology or intelligent design or the faking of the moon landing without proper proof that excludes equally plausible hypotheses.
Okay, so what do we know?
Well, we know that going barefoot makes you feel healthy, but there are lots of reasons for that.
There are the biomechanics of walking. Your bones and muscles in your foot make up a very sophisticated mechanism.
Well suited to walking efficiently and comfortably, and wearing anything at all on your feet stops that working properly. Then there's the body heat aspect.
Your feet are meant to be an avenue for excess body heat to escape. That's why they sweat so much and why they get so hot in warm weather, in order to radiate excess body heat away.
And just to make things worse, hot feet that sweat in shoes not only quickly produce a horrible smell, but also provide a wonderfully warm, moist environment for all kinds of bacteria, fungi and viruses to thrive.
Well, compared with that, a bit of dirt that you pick up from the ground, which gets washed away as soon as you have your next shower, is as hygienic as you like.
Wearing shoes is a certain way to do all kinds of harm to your feet.
And above all, there's the psychological effect from sensory data. Your brain loves information.
It loves to accumulate as many clues as possible to help it build its model of the outside world. Anything that gives your brain more information makes it more satisfied.
That's why sounds sound better with a bit of reverb added, because it tells you about the kind of room you're in. I'm actually outside in an anechoic environment, so reverb on my voice right now is a bit weird, but you get the idea.
It's also why images look so much more interesting in colour, because colour makes it so much easier to distinguish objects from each other. And the same goes for your feet. The soles of your feet
And the palms of your hands.
are wonderfully sophisticated sensory devices. Simply not wearing anything on your feet opens you up to a whole new dimension of senses.
So you get a bit of a buzz of excitement and a tingling sensation in your feet, and when someone mentions sort of charged particles flowing in and out of them, it's easy then to visualise these electrons or ions going in and out of your body.
Oh yes, I can actually feel the electrons flowing. Well, can you? I mean, can you really? Or is it just that you've been walking on some rough ground and your feet are tingling and your brain's excited because it's getting lots of information?
It's just that there's a whole world out there that we get to enjoy. And it's like taking off a blindfold or a pair of ear defenders. And just as with those examples, it can be very intense at first.
Even to the point of pain.
But that soon reduces down to simple information about what's there.
Suddenly your brain can tell the temperature and the texture of the ground, how fast you're moving from the air brushing against your soles between your toes, the feedback that allows you to optimize your weight distribution, and even knowing how stable a paving stone is before you put your full weight on it.
You also get other great feelings from being able to conserve much more energy between one step and the next. And of course, a massively efficient way of keeping yourself cool, as when your bare feet move through the air, the heat can be dissipated very easily.
Since feet have a pretty high surface area to volume ratio compared to the rest of your body. Consequently, you have more energy to spend on other tasks, and you aren't mentally frustrated by the excess body heat or getting tired from all the energy lost in the shock absorption provided by footwear.
I watched a well-delivered and well-meant video about grounding on YouTube recently.
Yeah, link below.
And after posting my own comment there, I noticed a simple question that would settle the whole argument just like that. That was by a user called Bloodwiper. And he simply said,
So, what will happen if you wore shoes with copper soles? Well, that would be the ultimate test.
copper soles would be great conductors, so the effect of having copper between the sole of your foot and the ground would be the same as having nothing on your feet at all.
Meanwhile, all the effects I've just described of going barefoot would be completely eliminated. So if you still feel much healthier and happier compared to people wearing more conventional footwear, well, that'd be great news for this idea of grounding then. That's the experiment that should be tried before we can start calling grounding an actual theory.
You might be wondering why I'm not going all out to promote this idea of earthing anyway. After all, it encourages more people to spend more time barefoot.
That's what I want, isn't it?
Well, I also rather enjoy drinking water, and there are many excellent reasons why this is really healthy for everyone to do. But that doesn't make me inclined to advocate homeopathy.
Yeah, we're spoilt for choice with good reasons to go barefoot, so we don't need to invent any extra ones.
Oh, and you can find me on Twitter if you want.